Dear chosen ones, it is no coincidence that you are reading this message today. It serves as a heartfelt reminder that God is actively at work in your life, preparing you for something extraordinary. Often, when we feel stretched to our limits, it is because we are on the brink of a major breakthrough. In those moments when challenges seem overwhelming, remember that God sees your potential far beyond what you can imagine. He knows the journey you are on and is preparing you for blessings beyond measure. Just like gold must be refined in the fire to reach its full brilliance, God is refining you to reveal the treasure within. Every trial, every delay, and every obstacle is part of His divine preparation. He is molding your character, strengthening your spirit, and sharpening your faith. You may not see it now, but each hardship is a stepping stone toward the breakthrough God has destined for you. He is teaching you patience and perseverance, which are crucial for the journey ahead. Think about the story of Joseph, who went from the pit to the palace. His dreams seemed shattered when he was betrayed, imprisoned, and forgotten. But God was working behind the scenes, preparing him for the perfect moment to step into his destiny. Similarly, God is aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances in your favor. He is orchestrating everything perfectly so that when the time is right, you will step into your purpose with strength and confidence. As you move through this season of preparation, embrace each challenge as a gift from God. He is not only preparing you for your breakthrough but also shaping you to become a blessing to others. Remember, God doesn't waste any experiences. Every trial you face is designed to draw you closer to Him and to deepen your faith. Even when the road feels long and the outcome seems uncertain, know that God is building a foundation within you that can withstand any storm, so take heart and remain steadfast. Trust in His timing and His plan, for He is faithful. You are not alone on this journey. God is with you every step of the way, equipping you with everything you need to fulfill His purpose for your life. Embrace this preparation period with gratitude, for your breakthrough is coming, and it will be greater than you ever dreamed. Keep your eyes fixed on His promises, for He is faithful to complete the good work He has started in you. Hold on to hope, for His plans are always to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future filled with hope. Trust in His love and His timing, and know that this season of preparation is a sign of the amazing things to come. The next prayer you utter might hold the words you need to hear. It's incredible to think that in a single moment of connection with God, your life can shift in profound ways. Each prayer you offer is not merely a ritual. It's an intimate conversation with your Creator, who is always listening, always ready to respond. This is a sacred opportunity to express your deepest fears, hopes, and desires. When you pray, you are inviting God into your situation, creating space for Him to move in ways you might not even anticipate. Don't miss out on the blessing that could be just around the corner. Sometimes, the answer we seek is already in motion, waiting for our hearts to align with His will. It may come through a gentle nudge in your spirit, an unexpected opportunity, or even a moment of clarity that gives you direction. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, weaving together the threads of your life to fulfill His promises. Stay with us and let's continue seeking God's presence together. In this community of faith, we can uplift one another, sharing our struggles and victories as we pursue a deeper relationship with God. When we speak or write something, it's like we're talking directly to God, and our words have the power to change our circumstances. It's a reminder that our thoughts and prayers are not just fleeting moments but are powerful declarations that carry weight in the spiritual realm. I encourage you to type your first name in the comments and write Amen. By doing this, you're making a public declaration of your faith and inviting others to join in prayer with you. You are not alone on this journey. Together, we can create a powerful atmosphere of expectation and hope. Go ahead and share in the comments now. Your words may be the spark that ignites someone else's faith and encourages them to trust in God's goodness as well. C.S. Lewis, a profound Christian thinker, often explored the idea of God's transformative work in our lives, particularly during times of hardship. Lewis believed that challenges and trials are not merely obstacles but essential tools used by God to prepare us for greater things. He saw these experiences as a divine process of refinement, where our character and faith are strengthened. According to Lewis, God uses suffering to draw us closer to Him and to reveal aspects of ourselves that need growth or change. He famously remarked that God whispers to us in our pleasure, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. This reflects his belief that through trials, God shapes us to fulfill His greater purposes. In Mere Christianity, Lewis illustrated this concept beautifully. Imagine yourself as a living house. God comes in to rebuild that house. At first, perhaps you can understand what He is doing. He is getting the drains right and stopping the leaks in the roof and so on. You knew that those jobs needed doing, and you are not surprised. But presently He starts knocking the house about in a way that hurts abominably and does not seem to make any sense. You thought you were going to be made into a decent little cottage. But He is building a palace. He intends to come and live in it Himself. Here, Lewis captures the essence of God's preparation, indicating that the painful work being done is part of a grander divine design for our lives. Today, we'll explore the undeniable signs that God is preparing you for a major breakthrough in your life. Through the wisdom of His Word and the testimonies of those who have experienced His transformative power, you'll discover how God is working behind the scenes, even in the midst of your struggles, to position you for the extraordinary breakthrough He has in store, when we choose to trust in God's perfect timing and His ability to bring beauty from ashes. We demonstrate our unwavering faith in the goodness and faithfulness of our God. He is the God who promises to work all things together for our good, the God who gives us beauty for ashes, and the God who delights in turning our trials into triumphs and our tests into testimonies. So, if you have been facing challenges or wondering when your breakthrough will come, this message is for you. May the Lord bless you abundantly as you continue to trust in His perfect plan. Stand on His promises and believe that your breakthrough is just around the corner. Remember, your current struggles are not your final destination. Your trials are not the end of your story, and your God has not finished working on your behalf. Keep believing, keep declaring His promises, and watch as He turns your pain into purpose, your battles into blessings, and your trials into the most incredible breakthrough of your life. The Bible tells us in Romans 8 verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This includes those seemingly insignificant moments that, when strung together, form a beautiful tapestry. As you walk through your days, keep your spiritual antennas up. Be alert and aware of these supernatural synchronicities. They might come in the form of repeated numbers, unexpected encounters, or opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere. Remember Joseph in the Bible. His life was a series of seeming coincidences that led him from a pit to a palace. Each setback was actually a setup for his ultimate breakthrough. The same God who orchestrated Joseph's rise to power is working in your life right now. These divine breadcrumbs are building your faith, showing you that God is intimately involved in every aspect of your life. He's not a distant deity but a loving Father who cares about every detail. When you start noticing a series of seemingly random coincidences in your life, pause and pay attention. These aren't mere happenstances, they are divine orchestrations carefully arranged by our loving Father in heaven. God, in His infinite wisdom, is setting the stage for something extraordinary in your life. Supernatural synchronicities are like spiritual breadcrumbs leading you toward your destined breakthrough. The Lord speaks to us in many ways, and one of His most intriguing methods is through these coincidental alignments of people, places, and circumstances. Think about that time you randomly bumped into an old friend who happened to know someone in the exact field you were trying to break into. Or that book that fell off the shelf, opening to the very page with the answer you had been seeking for months. These aren't accidents, my friends, they are divine appointments orchestrated by the Master of the universe. As you recognize and acknowledge these supernatural synchronicities, your trust in His perfect timing and plan will grow. The next time you experience a chance encounter or an unexpected opportunity arises, don't brush it off. Lean into it, pray about it, and ask God to reveal His purpose behind it. You might just find that it's the key that unlocks the door to your long-awaited breakthrough. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11, God declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." These supernatural synchronicities are glimpses into those plans. They are God's handwriting in the everyday occurrences of life. This heightened spiritual awareness will not only lead you to your breakthrough but will transform your entire walk with the Lord. When you find yourself in the midst of intensified spiritual warfare, take heart, for it may very well be a sign that God is preparing you for a major breakthrough. Just as a mighty storm often precedes a breathtaking rainbow, so too can increased attacks from the enemy herald the dawn of a new season of blessings. The intensity of the opposition you face is directly proportional to the importance of the territory you're defending or advancing. The enemy wouldn't bother with such forceful tactics if you weren't standing on the threshold of something extraordinary. As you navigate through this season of heightened spiritual conflict, remember that you are not alone. The Lord of hosts stands with you, and His angels encamp around you. Each fiery dart of the enemy that you deflect with your shield of faith, each lie you counter with truth, brings you one step closer to the breakthrough UV.